Basically, this is why I feel like I have to come out and speak. They have to trust me or they have to believe me. But I not going to drunk actually they want to hear the truth. These are the kind of people I am speaking to. I know people have different views, different mirrors, and that's all right to think anyhow you want to think. But at the end of it, I am speaking to people who left like a Tonya long and will return the Tonya for unity. Because at the end of it, Tonya and Famoti, Maya Longo, Willebe Sambalanyado, Tonya and Famoti Maya Longo, Willebe Kafuning Bambandila. Mbadulu, recently Kutema Banlebe caring. And I think it's high time because at the end of it, Koning Silongo Yeta, Isilenta, Follow Silongo Kama, Economic daring, Ibe Falale, Imakaramuta, because I'm Silongo Yatina, Ye far, because Isilenta, come like in a war field. If you need Silata, Ekelanyola, basically I alongo Isilatale. At the end of it, prior far is very simple. Or prior kuku ninkela is very simple because already I get a silantele. So basically silamu fended me alongo. I don't think we should accept it. Well I think could be sinan nakacha nakacha, tonyala tonya me alongo wolebe sama dilana. Wolebe fendilana me alongo sama. Mbede mfano jele wala kono. Okay. Let's start all this conversation now. I keep saying this, and I'm follow all the time. United Democratic Party, from 2016, Canaan 2018, for 2018 convention, we all know because from 2017, 2018, President Adama Barrow, Meya Logo UDP la tombong, UDP President Barrow tombong, ya Lundi at the convention ya tombong, and he became the president of the republic. So to a point, we believe this. Okay, sign President Barrow resigned from UDP. He resigned from UDP basically. Kabla resigned the UDP. Aketa coalition or leadership. Coalition or leadership, but yet still, UDP believe this President Barrow is our President Barrow. That was the belief of the United Democratic Party. That was the belief of the supporters of the United Democratic Party. Already resigned from UDP. In fact, when we were even going on the campaign, at some point, UDP t-shirt the former theater than other political parties t-shirt. UDP t-shirt the former theater than even the coalition quality. That is something me along with Mayo Lonjande. UDP ya mutale afe, UDP na gruta nyolale, UDP na lata nyolale, for I alayake, for I mansaya ninta ayasodo, I presidency ninta ayasodo. So but kabla presidency you should resign. Basically you resign from a party, you resign from a party leadership. So, but at that point, there's still one President Barrow being the coalition leader. They still want President Barrow for UDP for the after resigning from the UDP. So for coal starter, President Barrow start paying a starter can the UDP Kiamanul Joe, a starter can the UDP Dibitol Joe. Juana Mo Kalam Tajang. Juana Mo Kalam Tajang. Let's call Espade Espade. Ule Diamo Kitajang, Co President Barrow can the UDP Dibitol Joe, Co President Barrow can the UDP Kiamanul Joe. So we see that that action of President Barrow at the time, that was undermining the party. That was undermining the party. So to a point, now those people, the actors Mele Alongo, they were the one leading that. At some point we feel like it's no more safe now. Purka Malta cable even at the executive now. So that is how the likes of Lamin Cham, because Lamin Cham was one of the closest to President Barrow. The likes of Lamin Cham have to, a rule have to come in. From the likes of Lamin Cham, Ude Sise, who has been in the female youth wing for a long time, Ude Sise Nyolu, for acting Woldolu Boda Patiokono. Woldolu Boda executive at some point. because we feel like President Barrow will call 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏. These are the people Melialongo, you know, will be action on play, and these are the people Melialongo, they were fighting for that cause. So just to protect the party, you know, we have, you know, Noel Bondile, Lamin Cham, but as the youth president of the party. I mean, Ude Fanam from the youth, from the female wing, Ude Stefan Bodaye. So basically, if we could do that, Nyata and say, okay, no, you know, Noel Bondi, from the executive position, we replace them by other people in 2018 Congress. What do you want to do? Nanyo Sabale, Kual Keta, there was Kabudul Ketajang, and when those Kabudus happen, but at the end of it, when we went to Congress, everything comes together. And remember, that was what caused the departure of Lamin Jatta, because Lamin Jatta was the deputy chairman for West Coast Region UDP, and 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 was the chairman. So, but at some point there was a particular camp, there was a particular team. They were grooming. Lamin Jatta to take his 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 position in those days. That is why there was a big problem in the UDP Congress in West Coast. This is why Lamin Jatta and the co, at the end of it, they have to leave the party, because we see that these are people, these are the great, great enablers of President Barrow. So we feel like, it's not safe for us to allow them to lead, UDP in the region. So Woketa, 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏, you know, lost his position, because 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 at the time was a presidential advisor, was the president's political advisor. But because of that fitting, because of that problem, where 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏, I lost a position as the presidential political advisor, and he remained as the chairman for West Coast region. We'll do and we've seen all of them. And that time coming up for President Barrow, go is paying our chairmen, is paying some of the party supporters, is paying some of our National Assembly members. It went to a problem, to a position where even a national executive member has to be expelled from the party, because that was how Alhaji Jawara Nyolu, that was what caused Alhaji Jawara, Bilal Tunkara, Abdoulaye Cissé, and all this to be expelled from UDP. That was what actually caused it. Because this way people we see them go, they are not pushing the agenda of the party, but instead they are pushing the agenda of President Barrow. And President Barrow was was a member of the party, you know, was the president at the time. But we see him as a member of the party, we adore him, you know, we appreciate him, and we sit in platform and say Barrow is our Barrow. But we feel like they are pushing Barrow's agenda for Barrow to take over the party over Ousainou Darboe. From them over there. That was what was said here. Well, for the young. And that was the main reason that Wolu, you know, and the party have to expel them because of their stand, because of the way they are defending Barrow, because of the way they're trying to hijack the party, you know. And those were the people Barrow was paying, Barrow ben Wole Joka. So coming up, you know, Kadaba Drong Jamola Punkana Meja. So no 2020. And 2020 Congress, a lot of things happen in 2020 Congress. A lot of things happen in 2020 Congress. But 2020 Congress, we went to a presidential election. Before presidential election, a lot of things happened before presidential election, and there was hopes of little changes in 2021. But unfortunately, those changes did not happen. And we went with with Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, and unfortunately, Natanaka election will lose to Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. But immediately after we lost the election, in 2021, and we've all seen what happened. A lot of things happened. So many people fold their hands. You know, and some of the people were there to fight, to see that the party come back to its order. Modul Natanana Kanaje, party Musanang, we went to a National Assembly election. Kabinta National Assembly election, at the end of it, started to fight back. and we were lucky, alhamdulillah, we were able to secure 15 seats and 1 independent candidate. I mean, we'll make it in 2022, National Assembly. Later, and then we went to, to a Congress. And when we went to a Congress, there were a lot of things many along the world like in the Congress. There were intention to do a lot of changes there. But we were very cautious. There are some changes. If you want to do those ones, it's going to affect our future election coming. That is the mayor's election, the chairman's election, the councillor's election. We are all coming, and we were expecting if we do some certain changes, at the executive at the time, it might cause trouble. So we're at some changes happen though, and some of the changes we actually want to do will monkey. Although we have some differences there were some chaos, model tema, fitnol binta model tema jere, will be but at the end of it, nana ko fitnol befa, that mayor's and chairmanship and councillors election and UDP happen to come out with, it's like our Lafongoni started to grow again, like from the National Assembly, we went to the councillorship, we grow, and then we came back to, chairman and mayorship also, we grow there. Na Banyun win, na KMC win, na West Coast win, na LRR win. Nyamo Gambia Jisukulu, Gambia Jisukulu at some point, and we were even about to win even North Bank, but because cool like the word na man not bank municipal we know. So Ntatao Nyama bitakang. But now, cooking Mbenya Kang Hatlo to the bag because Diamo men baby caring thing. Who were the people Melia Kumas? Jumalea Kumasi, Jumaleba Kokoma, Numol Melialo, Diamol Be Kumasi. What is their intention? Actually, did we actually know their intention? Now, London from Malo, I'm talking to people with genuine, thoughts. Melialongo, basically, if it's Tonya generally, if it's Tonya, if it's like a Tonya info. Mon Melialongo, will let him Diamo Be Kumas. Mon Melialongo will let him Fitno Be Kumas. Jumale Womulti. And they were speaking for who? This is something we all have to know it. They were speaking for who? And what was exactly their intention? You understand? And what was the thought of the people? Molle mino mumina de kabin diamo ni kumasta. Molle mine for kabin diamo kumasta. Molle mine for, let's call a spade a spade. Molle mine for kabin diamo ni kumasta. Molle mine for kabin wo molle start. Kawo diamo fintinina. What was the thought of the people? What should happen at that time? Kawo mole stop. Kajeko ibe menke kang ibe phenomenon falling kang put phenomenon akana jampa. What was it? Mina wotimbadi. Let's call a spade a spade. Because yalo nunko na kenyo kang nunko na nyo bunya nunko na we have a very good, a unified, a solid political party. We must be bold enough to speak the truth, right? And in fact, I want to remind people the likes of Yunus Hydra. Okay, come on. Yunus Hydra is someone Mayor Longo. I UDP Dankale. Ako UDP will never rule this country. So somebody Mayor Longo I UDP Danka. Let's call a spade a spade. Mo Mayor Longo I UDP Dankale. And no, I Dankale in minute. I UDP Dankale in minute. Let's call a spade I UDP Dankale. Mo me UDP Danka. Ako UDP alama ala danna ala kana gambe jarabi UDP masakundala. So new UDP is coming up. New UDP at some point allow Duani Boy Kane. He will do whatever to make sure a UDP divide. He will do whatever to make sure UDP kana mansaya soto. That is the truth. That is the main intention of Yunus Hydra. But let's call a spade a spade. Yunus Hydra, when he came to this country, he was dining and whining with who? And you might never dine town, even wine town. He was celebrated by who? You might never celebrate in the Facebook. You might never dine and work in Facebook. Let's call a spade a spade. We have a leader. The amount of disrespect he has sent to our leadership. Another, for example, let's say Usenu is not our flag bearer, but Usenu is our leader. But the amount of disrespect to an extent that Yunus Hydra have said it Usenu is been compromised. Let's say Usenu is not our flag bearer. Usenu is not our flag bearer. Yes, okay, fine. He is not our flag bearer. Yeah, we accepted it. Usenu is not our flag bearer. Usenu is not our flag bearer. Yes, let's accept that. Usenu is not our flag bearer. That's the truth. But now Usenu is our leader. But you have already telling people, it have a model already go, yes, 𝒂𝒊𝒏 is already been compromised and complicit. That's what you've said. Somebody who have said that in the social media platform. We are now celebrating that person for doing whatever he want to do. Just look at the patriotic cartel. Just look at the patriotic. That is what exactly is happening in this party. But we know all what is happening. We know all what is happening. And you all have to accept the truth and move on. When they do their fight, 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒄𝒄𝒄. At the end of it, they see the way things are going on, and now the only thing now they feel they can be survived. They can be survived now is to bring tribal politics. Tumalame alongo yela kuobe kasai, and ila jeroto ila miroto, membetol balungla no, is to bring tribal politics. Is to play a victim card. That's the truth. And but billahi wallahi tallahi. Adama dungo niano molye kong, niano molye kumobe forma, but Adama dungo is a hanje tonya. After playing, after doing whatever, people celebrate them, people do whatever. The only thing they believe for now can sustain them, the only thing can prevail them over others is to use tribal line now. Tribalism. But come and put it up. Gadiam hakil mal. Ngadiam mole melanko, they are following activities. Ngadiam mole melanko, they think they can miroke, they can call for harm. But now, let's go back to the story now. Let's go back to the grassroots now. Nye mole melanko, e kanajang, e kafamole ko, nin kar nyol man karita, this mean ko, you know, I mean, manika ya fasa yoleke. But these people, nye mole in 2018, Kabrin na dol na Kabrin na Talib Tombong over. Ture. Over Mr. Ture, over Musa Jambe, over Papanjai. They did not come out and said go na mandinga yale fasa. Imawofo. Let's call it a spade. Imawofo. So why now? Why now? And who actually tell them? Dumalaya Fotoleko, we are going to select owners over Talib. Dumalaya Fotole. Let's say, I still believe this is their own opinions. And one has to respect one's opinions. But now, what they are trying to portray, what they are trying to make the public to believe, what they are trying people in the social media to believe, the way they are trying to portray us, the way they are trying to caricature us. Let's call a spade a spade. Because in 2018, the convention in 2018 mayor's election in KMC, it was very competitive. It was very competitive. To an extent, people have to come and do some jobs. It was one of the people, they were vying for the position at the time. They have to do some labor for the people so that people can support them, so that people can back them. Papanjai was going all over all places. Silo Dokula, this guy, Ture, Mustafa Ture Nyolu, even Mola Silo Dokula, and Talib Nyolu, they were building toilets, you know. At some point they even have a charity group, they even have a charity organization at that point. That was in 2018. And Talib was supported by everyone. He was supported by everyone in the party. And that in that aspect we said unity. Odula mafoko UDP ye maninga ya fasa like mawofo. Mafoko UDP any tribal table like in those days. Mawofo. That was not what we said. Mawofo olu otumo. And that was the moment. Meya Longo, Talib was never known in the political space. He was never known in the political space at the time. Yes, his mother was known. But even his mother was doing and we all believe that, we all accept that. We all accept that our mother actually stood for Hussein. We all know that and we all accept that. And we will keep appreciating that all the time. We all appreciate that one. And we all appreciate the efforts she has been doing for the party. We all accept that. But that moment, in 2018, Talib was not into politics. He was not into politics. He just came into politics in 2018. Initially, he even wanted to be a member of parliament. But later, you know, he later become a mayor of KMC. Which was supported by every UDPian. It was supported by all tribes, Mandinkas, Fulas, Jolas, Seres, everyone in the Gambia supported that cause. And Talib became the mayor. And let's call a spade a spade. During that time, in 2018 to 2023, whatever Talib does, we all support it. We all support it. Yes, let's call a spade a spade. All the development Talib was doing, we all support it. And we were all celebrating him. All the development what he was doing, we were all celebrating it. All the development landing was doing, we were all celebrating it. And all of us, our focus was how to bring Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo Mba to the State House. That was what was happening from 2017 to 2021. Alhaji Ousainou Dabo was our main focus. Uba Ousainou main focus, and we were so united to take Alhaji Ousainou to the State House. That was our focus. That was our focus. So what changed? Why all this brouhaha? Because there are others they join in the race. Is that completely fair? Let's call a spade a spade. Yes. Let's call a spade a spade. You want about denial UDP? You want about denial those people who are calling UDP for if UDP select any Mandinka candidate, or any Mandinka leadership over Talib, this means go UDP be Mandinka Fasada. But they did not actually say this in 2018. Because UDP selecting Talib at that point, UDP be Sido le Fasaka over Mandinkas. Tribal politics Mandinka Fasota. We keep saying this because that is how they portray United Democratic Party. But now, let's go and look at the executive of United Democratic Party. They are of different tribes, but yet still. And now, let's look at our leader, Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo. Yes, Ousainou is a Mandinka. Ousainou Mandinkole. But now, let's look at the surrounding of Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo. Ba Ousainou la musol be musul wallet. Adumulu barinu musul wallet. And musul wallet sidal. Let's call a spade. But yet still, they want to make people believe that UDP Mandinka patriotic. That is the truth. And people think because of the way they portray UDP in that way, this is why UDP is not winning election. That's what other people are saying. And this is what other people believe. And this is what other people think, oh yes, Nimu Mandinka quality. Let's call a spade. So whoever think of that word or that comment favors whoever, that one new will be Tilanyola. One new will be Tilanyola. But never can happen to see for them fast hotel. My mother, may enter Wulu Fulolem. My mother, my born mother, may Wulu Fulolem, Jallo Jail. Fulolem. Yes, my father is a Mandinka, but my mother is a Fula. So let's call a spade a spade. So especially until young ones, whenever we are discussing politics, that tribe Dundiji. Yes. Because if you want to put, for example, today, if you are trying to say, in UDP, selecting any Mandinka over Talib, this means go Mandinka partiality. So UDP selecting me, for example, over Talib, where is Mandinka partial. So this means go, that should bar me. When another day I have the competence, another day I have the everything, the know-how and everything, I have the popularity, whatever. So day I should not be selected over Talib because I'm a Mandinka. Because I'm a Mandinka. Just look at that. Just look at that discrimination over me. That's what exactly they're trying to portray. That's what they actually want people to believe. But is that the truth? For what I'm talking about, let's call a spade a spade. When I contributed, when I contributed to make sure that Talib become the mayor, I contributed. I fought hard in 2018 to make sure Talib become a mayor. And in 2023 also, the same thing. The night they have a problem, I was there. I mean, people who are close, they know. We all stand firm to make sure. And I was going to TVs and others. So like, for example, now, me fighting for Talib to be something, well, it's not a crime. But now whoever has to fight for me to be something is a crime. Let's call a spade a spade. Juman lebo foka. Juman lebo portrayka. So nobody portray. We should not talk. We should not talk about that. Anybody who want to kill a political career, I should not talk about that. Anybody who want to feel like I should not talk about that. So talking about that means I'm tribalist. I did not condemn. I did not condemn, for example, I did not condemn any other tribe to have their political parties. And I never said this, UDP is a Mandinka party. I never said so. But they are the ones who are saying that. And that they are that that is what is going into politics. That is what is going into the public. Into the public. That is what others are believing. That's in fact the worst thing is these are our own Mandinkas. Because it's something is well calculated. It is well calculated. Because of Mandinka Dimul, law, New UDP left Banco win, they have to select someone who is not a Mandinka. It will like Mandinka Dimul Lakasi Ekanimfo. Mandinka Dimul. But that's not a crime. That's not a crime. Yeah, that's not a crime. So that is the problem about. That's the whole situation as of now. Hey, democracy level care in Bangkok. Momo, ilata menna. He believe the philosophy menna. He believe the core men. Ekabula wolo noma. Ekabula wolo noma. Go. Let's call it. Let's look. Natana from Yoruba. Kaboko yuri di mandinka patrioti. Kumale nyinti meya lonko akafole when we were young. Akafole when me and whoever into politics today, when we were not in the politics. But that doesn't stop other tribes to join UDP. People may have got the reason. People may have got they really understand that word near among the tonati. When I was young, this message was going on. But let's call a spade a spade. How many times Talib have to come out and condemn? Talib have to come out and speak. Talib have to come out and speak to the people. But why Talib did not come out in those days? Because he doesn't care about me. Because he doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about us. Because maybe he cares about someone. He feel like that is going to be the time he's going to talk. Please let us be logical here. Let us be logical. Because at the end of it, unity, there will be no unity for the yes, because new Kumaka made a follow. But Talib need to come out and address this issue. Talib need to come out and condemn these people during the period. He should come out and distance himself from them in reality. But did he do it? Why am I? Because we are not important today. Maybe ordinary supporters from you need to come out and talk. Those people are not important for him to come and respond. Those people are not important for him to come and talk. And in fact, to a level, even some senior executive members feel like he need to come and address some of these people. They stood by him to say, those words are dividing the party. But he never did it. He never did it. Because he was waiting for something. That's what he wanted. He was waiting for a moment. When he speaks, everybody will believe in him. Let's call a spade a spade. But that's what he thinks. Yes. So more jama, I mean, people start coming. Moldo kumol fala, wallahi, suma wallahi, alalamu jongo bela sedo. Nte silvo songo, billahi wallahi tallahi. Mbe yanko badabo balale, but I know nyata menkela, alumma nyana menkela. But kukili lada wala, to nyande na rasila lala, nobula to nyana no all the time. I believe in truth, and I will always follow the truth. I believe in truth, and I will always follow the truth. Niano kana fensoto, niano mobe jam fanna. Kukile lada wala, nka memfo to nyale mbamfo to nyante, te lada wala. Ninga to nyafo alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah. Ninga to nyafo, ha, alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah. Nze to nyafo molem kong, hey, kila nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, atatela ka to nyafo. Mekan kole atatela ka to nyafo medina kole dol ya konne ba dol laftale ba because milaka ka to nya memfo ba wo to nya men kila nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam atatanum ka wala fo wo to nya wala la banta madina sata kono wo to nya wala kafiya burka madina sata kono wo to nya wala kafiya burka maka sata kono because to nya don alata wala to nya don alata wala akoli ada bake lonna ko na auto nafo isa batandi se ko be kala utumo kafiya be wala nyami maka sata kono utumo kafiya be wala nyami madina sata kono bari wo man kila nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam aman silang alada nyina lako ate alala kila ala mati ala ya ki menna nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam abe wala kala anu ala kuma kawo mtonyalati o kuma kawo nyi abe wala fala madina kolye andum mel laftala wal laftala bimbe tembo men kono medina sata kono nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam atele ke ta ala kuma kawo sabata je maka sata kono ala kuma kawo sabata je kadu milekata atata to nyale banki ala muli alma alayhi mbula mol kono meli algo mbetata to nyale fe anatara mol ben konna bar mbel nalo to nya fe na to nya fasa ko ila yomiti na to nya fa ko ila yomiti yin diamo nyin ameta kelele yin diamo nyin meta kelele andum yin diamo nyin was part of diamo meli algo usenu dabala political career batandi bakel. Let's call it a spade. Ni maninga ya ko me kafo billahi ni ay usenu batandi bakele ala politiko kono bal jumala ba fa ko usenu is tribalist mo me ya lon ko maninga muso ami suru muso le babul ala friends wol musul wallet ala close friends are people me ya lon ko they are not even mandingas ikaw commandi ikaw go tribalist wolati ikaw a level of all whatever, and that's what they have been saying, that's what they keep saying up to a level. It's like when me ya lon ko ikamra ni na pa balale everybody, many people try to portray him as tribalist when Usenu is not tribalist, when Usenu have stood for people. They were in this country, in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, in the Court of Appeal, and everywhere. Ba Usenu numukuna dabo lota mobile, alora sio bele, I sio bele defending Bango Kanya, and it's sio bele telling him Bango Kanya. But that was the moment they start saying it. It's a kind of moment. I mean, because some people fear to speak about it. More jama bal seleka utumo. Tuma ibe Usenu nondikang, ibe Usenu balo nondikang, Usenu ha Usenu is tribalist, ha manigayateng. I mean, we were so complicit with it. And that is something I feel like still, I mean, that is where some of these people are portraying UDP as a Mandika party. Now, Yenana, Yankuba Dabo, Meyalonko, Mobe Alonko, Yankuba Dabo, the contribution of Yankuba Dabo in the United Democratic Party. Kimala Molo, Yankuba was in the UK. I don't know Uncle Tel. Jumala Uncle Tel Banco, member of Loco. Yankuba did not fight during the struggle. Yankuba Dabo did not fight for the party. Yankuba Dabo came into the political space just in 2023. Yankuba Dabo was in the UK. Sumaya Kono, Kuol Kono. He was in the forefront to fight against dictatorship here. He spent his money, ala nafulo, ala energy. He used it. Dictatorship fight in Bangkok. Who will deny that in the internet? When the evidence are already there. Another now, it took the sacrifice to leave Abedoko and being a lawyer in the UK. It took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of bold steps. Kananan jump to be a chairman. To be a chairman. to be a chairman in West Coast region, you cannot earn nothing more than $60,000 last year. To be a chairman, you cannot earn nothing more than $50,000. Nothing more than if you look at the rate of pound, you cannot earn even more than 800 pounds a month. He came back to this country and do that, having less than $1,000 in a month. Somebody working in the UK earning more than 1,000 pounds in a month. I can mention a set of 1,000 pounds. When I can mention that even 1,000 pounds. It's not even more than 60,000 or even up to 60,000 for Amasi. Somebody who does that. Another the service people have given him, he give all his energy. He have to deliver to the people. He fulfill all his campaign promises. Because that was what he told the Gambian people. I want to Gambian call it. If you elect me, and so far so good, those who were listening to Yankuba Dabo's campaign promises, I meant for Gambian call it. That is what exactly he is doing. Is that a crime to fulfill your campaign promises? Is that a crime? From crime, I meant for Mole Kabraka Palazzo Nibulu. Pour Aitaro Barakam, pour Aitaro Kekam, for be crime the Gambia Banco Kanja. Is that a crime? Yemen for Mole during your campaign for Palazzo Dila, Purko Palazzo Purka, form crime multibam, form fitnolity bombarding. Let's call a spade a spade. Another Abadokola is focused. Our Nyaba Dokokam is doing his job. Yena calling your drag. Ya Samanang, ya drag. He might drag into a very neutral conversation where you will not even involve any ethnicity, where you will not even involve any tribe. You can make your analysis. You can make your analysis based on competency. You can make your analysis based on development. Nobody should stop you on that. You can make your analysis based on competency. You can make your analysis. Analysis Kenola and Momo la Dogola, Momo Jikola, Momo la Barola. But even analysis Kekam, you are condemning all the tribe. You are trying to kill all the tribe. Like the same way they did to Alai Useno Numukunda Dabo, the same way they want to kill him also. A political career. That is their intention, that's what they want. Let's call a spade a spade. Momo Alongo is not Alala. Metonala follow you move forward. That was their intention. But thinking that they will and he is going to remain quiet with it. That's what they think. That's what they want. I am not saying Yankuba should come out and talk. That's not my stand. But what I am saying is what I'm going to go. It is a conversation they brought him in. I'm not going to comment he brought himself in. But they brought him in. And they have been doing it over and over. How many times Nana Makeda have been mentioning Yankuba Dabo's name in his post? How many times Nana Makeda have been attacking Brikama Era Council directly? Do you ever heard Yankuba Dabo talking about it? Do man I respond? Because those are things he believed this go. Those are things. Let him play. Let him deal with all this. But to an extent where they drag himself, let's call a spade a spade. And it's about destroying his career. It's about career. They want to be the people to determine his future. When none of them, when he was becoming a mayor, none of them were people or advice for him to become a chairman. But now they want to determine his future. They want to determine his future. Let's call a spade a spade. They did not contribute financially when he was becoming a chairman. Now these are the people if a wulikan go a political career. He left a kawole. And you want him to remain silent? Come on. Come on. You want him to remain silent, leaving people attack personally. Maybe they want to make people to believe Mandingola Fananti and is, but with all the competence he have, or people might think he have, they still want to believe this code. They still want to believe this code because Mandingola. they still want to believe her because of him being a Mandinka. If he is select over Talib, Mandinka Fasad. Come on, but when Talib was select over Mustafa Toure, Mandinka Fasad. When Talib was select over Musa Jambil, Mandinka Fasad. But who are they targeting? Who are they targeting? Target. Who is their key person? Point. What's their intention? And they want him to remain silent. After after pointing guns on him, want to kill him, you want him to remain quiet. And you want him to remain quiet. But come on, what was his response? Now let's digest his response, because people have different thought, people have different mind, and Momo, you have your independent thought, you have your independent mind. Momo is free to interpret the way you want to interpret his statement. The way you want to interpret his statement. Now let's go into that. Let's all put our instinct, instinctual put aside, and now let's go basically and analyze what exactly he has said. Did he condemn any other tribe? Did he go against any other tribe? No, he did not go against any other tribe. He did not mention any other tribe. He mentioned his tribe. He mentioned his tribe. Me alone, you all mention. Because any moment of selecting him is this mean go umandinka fasality. That's what he said. Let's call a spade a spade. And if you like, he's a member of Fokang now. He's not talking to everyone. Now, whoever is a member of Fokang, or is a member of Barakang, or is a mayor of Miro Soto. It's a mayor of Miro Soto. Whoever, it's a Momo Yanongo, or a Miro Bebul. And you feel it's a Miro of UDP Mandinka Patiolity. Or a Mula Miro, or a Mula believed. Yankuba did not say UDP is a Mandinka party. He did not say that. I'm awful. But whoever, Momo, Yalonko, it's a Miro. It's a Miro. Your thoughts, it's a Miro, it's a thinkings, it's a feelings. Because UDP is a Mandinka party. And you feel like, and you are not comfortable with Mandinka leadership. Whoever is not comfortable with Mandinka leadership, form your own party, form your non-Mandinka party. He did not mention any other tribe. You feel like it's a mirror. It's a mirror to call. It's a mirror. That's your own thought. That's your own thinking. It's a mirror. Go. UDP will Mandinka party. That kind of Mandinka phobia thing. That's your thought. That will mirror. Because UDP will Mandinka party. And selecting Mandinka over Talib today, this means go Mandinka Fasad. But to an extent now, you mention someone's name. Ni ma moto for phone, then no more jabi phone. But you more to for side. You more to for. And you men farmer actually Mandinka do mat. So and you condemn at any point or any action or any reaction just look at the tar. Mandinka Fasad. But selecting whoever. Me alone or the tribe, or manka was here the Fasad. Let us not be naive here. That is the problem. Problem when you be wallet. Sayako, it's a mayor alonko. It's a belief to wallet. It's a mayor alonko. You are feeling so naive for UDP Mandinka party. So it left the side. It left the Kajago. UDP because so Mandinka Nyatonkaya when you bole jail, when you Brukala. It a lato ko Mandinka Nyatonkaya when you Brukala UDP. It a lato wala. It a belief more. Iman la Mandinka Nyatonkaya. It a la ko Mandinka Nyantaka. Mandinka Nyatonkaya Kajan. It a malawala. Santeta Patiolo, Patiome Alongo, a Mandinka Nyatonkaya. Because Willem democracy. That's your feeling. But that doesn't mean ko is referring to any other tribe. No. But at the end of it, what is the target? Hey, become era council. Many of these people, let's go. You know how you people have to know that this was a design thing. When Nana Makeda wrote this, coming Nana Makeda is okay. Jumale Asia, Alam Tilini Alatemola. Nana Makeda was Savero, Jumale Asia, Jumaleba Paraparakam, Jumaleba Siakam. Kabin Unisidera Asia, Asabe, Jumaleba Siakam, Jumaleba Paraparakam Dula Beto. Jumaleba Siakam, let's call a spade a spade. Nana Makeda Mandinga Taponi. Nana Makeda Mandinga Nandroni. Jumaleba Siakam, Napola Funoy, Jumaleba Paraparakam Dula Beto. Jumala Omarinoti. And why now? You know, some people will say, because Roy was in iAfrica TV. But let me tell you something. Royla Diamo in iAfrica TV has nothing to do with this. Royla Diamo in iAfrica TV has nothing to do with this. Because Nana Makeda Diamo Kono, there is no position in Nana Makeda Diamo Kono where he mentioned anything about Royla Diamo. So Nana Makeda Diamo was targeted, was well planned. Because why? Why? Because Mlekeda recently become era council the document recently become era council in Motokuto Mensono recently, and Kabila in the social media everybody was celebrating it. But how are they going to break that momentum? But they can do it in other way around. But to a point of now targeting an individual, for a point of now trying to kill someone's political career, someone's future. Come on, you can do whatever. So this has nothing to do with whatever Roy did or Roy Memphis at iAfrica TV. That was Roy's view. That was all what Roy feel like or what is happening to her. That is whom Roy let it. Because that was what Roy feels. So whom Roy la called. But to tell you the truth, the Katonafo this Nana Makeda Savero has nothing to do with what Roy and Memphis. This guy, Yunus Hadara Savero, has nothing to do with what Roy and Memphis in iAfrica TV. So nobody should mix this issue with Roy. No. This was something, it was well calculated and targeted towards Yankuba Dabo. Because the way things are coming up, and let us be fair to each other. We were all celebrating each other before. We were all moving each other before. So why can't we keep doing that? Why can't we keep doing that? Let's call a spade a spade. All this thing was going on. Yankuba focus was development. That is what people about focus. But however focus it might be, you more push to some certain level. Basically, Amarify retaliate. Because they push him. They push him to that level. There are a lot of things going on. But Yankuba will never talk about it. Hey, we know all what Kujama Balebe Kekan within California region, within West Coast region. Kujama Balebe Kekan, but you will never see Yankuba 𝒂𝒂𝒂, his own region. A region of head can. Let's call a spade a spade. People will make think Yankuba just come up now. Yankuba just a contrary actor. But wallahi summa wallahi, Kujama Balebe Kekan. Kujama Balebe Kekan. I swear to Allah, Mehinda. Kujama Balebe Kekan Jang. He here on the ground. But he will never talk about it. All what he did was he do the right procedure. He do the right process to get justice about some of those things. There are a lot of things. Come on. People will think, Yankuba, he doesn't have patience. That's your thing. That's your thought. I wish you know. Kujawa Balmel Bekekana Jang. And he accepted all those one in good faith. Politically. He accepted it. Politically, and we try to make sure that going. I mean, look, even this issue. I mean, it's just billahi wallahi ta'ala. You know, I mean, Tungo Mara na. I mean, if the labe di amona severola. But the likes of Tungo Mara na nyolu. I mean, who doesn't know them? You malama wo long. You know what I'm doing? So we know all what is going on. So I mean, in reality, he doesn't want to be involved. All this Burhanu he doesn't want to be involved. His focus is to do development. 𝒘𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒏𝒆𝒍. Kujama balle be kerin jang billahi. I swear. Who call back within West Coast region jang politically. But I mean, for him it's like okay, it falls in his hand. He said, my focus is to deliver to the people. Jumala Bafolo Yankuba is tribalist. Jumala Bafolo Yankuba is this hey. Yankuba la council, Bill Kam era council la council. Go and talk to the councillors, some of the councillors. In fact, some of the councillors I mean people will come with so many things. But it will like low, I mean manya like a divide. Manya like a divide. Manya like a divide. So that is what is happening. And Tonya, I mean, you know, for me, I'm not even reading. I don't bother, you know, because look, more be social media give can more be call follow can. But people with reasonable minds are also understanding all what is going on. A victim card game, a victim game, is all about a victim card thing. Ndele bedara karity ha. So Janinde Befenga remember, I mean, when the moment when people are trying to have both with card or tomorrow and hey, more toilet. But it's only people Malialonko, I mean, more Malialonko, you know, I mean, in a Miro man Jamfa. Well, let her understand that. More Malialonko, will let her understand. More Malialonko, will let her understand. Billahi wa la. Well, come on, but Momo Yalonko, he came mirror, he got cross Rokele. Billahi, Mobe Yalon, what is happening in the social media and what is happening on the ground here. Ninko unity, but Tonyala follow you in a move. Ninko unity, but Tonyala follow you in a move. Naka kilometer. We try to do all this, but Mojumalam, and I mean, let me tell you, because of Nimbura, because that is why I have been quiet. That's why I was not doing any, I mean, not live for based on Mughal live cake, because I know what's going. Because of all this Buha, I mean, I put my, so I just concentrate on my work. Because now you look caring. I mean, let me just keep concentrate on my work, and I'm doing my stuff by myself. This is the reason, but it is going to a level where I can sign, I can sign. Very simple. Let it happen now. Akwe diam sign, akwe ban sign. That's very simple. Akwe diam sign, akwe be ban sign. Yes. Akwe diam sign, akwe be ban sign. Nembege kilungu di sign. Because na akwe diam dawla to nyala be 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. And nun to nyala for mol me ya lonko. Wala left to nyala. Mol me ya lonko wala be to nyala normal. Wallahi as you they will always go with to nyala. Akwe diam sign. But I don't know, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. We have been so quiet. We've been so quiet for a long time. Nyadem bederi be focus in the dokola. It's because we know at the end of it how it is going to be portrayed. That is why we have been quiet. That's why we have been quiet. Only focusing on our job. Only focusing about national issues. These people knew. Look at these people knew. It's hard for them to talk about some of the issues going on in the country. What get a problem today about UDP, how to divide UDP. But you know that one, you know the mission. The guy is on a mission. He's on a full-time mission. Because I do at the UDP, Alakana UDP, Alakana Gambia Danka UDP. I want to do Ako Alma Alakana Gambia Danka UDP. And he's praying, he's doing a lot of effort like Kekang. Pukajako Weso. I will because that is his prayers. I will Diamukan. Ako Alama Alakana UDP. Alakana Gambia Police UDP. That was the statement of Yunus Hydra. He is working very hard. After seeing a moment, Mayor Longo, UDP can now come to power. But he will do whatever. That is his prayers. That is his everything. And people Longo will never party now are dining and whining with him. After all what he is doing, they are dining and whining with him, celebrate him. Hey, we know there are some statements from certain people. Look, Alaji Fofana. Do you know what Alaji Fofana wrote? And this Alaji Fofana, we all know that Alaji Fofana, who he is. Mobe Alonde. And Mobe Alonde, Akajumala support. Mobe Alonde is on the whose support. If you have a Karamenda, Jumala Malo. Jumala Alaji Fofana long. At some point, that Alaji Fofana, I see that social media platform. You know what he wrote? Ako let us go. Ako Yankubaye Mira ala Kitiola. Billahi wallahi ta'ala. That was a statement from Alaji Fofana. That is in a platform there. And in fact, Ayake UDP Morocco platform. UDP Morocco platform Ayake Odo Alaji Fofana. Ako Yankuba Dabo e Mira ala Kitiola. Before abe Mira la Nyato Gayala. Ako Kitio be Siri Nyatole abe Yankuba Dabo Batunkan. Alaji Fofana. That is what he wrote on a social media handle soldier. And who is Alaji Fofana? Abe Jumal agenda Puskan. Abe Karawala Morocco right now. Abe Karawala Morocco. But Abe Jumal agenda Puskan Jan. You know, but it's right time that they are killing Abe bank set, killing. Alaji Fofana, I want to say the social media platform is there, the screenshots are there. Ko Yankuba Mira ala court case la follow back. You see how these people, you know, you see what actually they are doing. And I mean, Alaji Fofana, we know Jumala Dinum. Yes. That's what he said. I will. And all what is going on. Some of the writing. Yes, some of the writings. Let's do the politics. Hey, the only thing I believe Samba is going to be Dokuo. Hey, let me tell you something. Gambians, in 2016, I mean, actually I did not see you. Okay. I mean, because I remember Bujaju, Kabriya drop, ako UDP man nigga patiolet. in 2016. That was what Bujaju said. And later on, what he did was meeting attend. I remember in Bitama, and he spoke in the platform ko ha niaja UDP ngol ma tombo ye baro select over him is because UDP mandinga party in 2016. Yes. So it's not only that. I'm going to go today. A lot of things happen. So mbado ulumbe tonya la folo nywe. Nina tonya fo sai. Fitno membe bentema bebe banale. But nimman tonya fo.
Bio.
Nimman tonya fo. Wallahi lazim is not going to work.
Bio anybody.
It's not going to work. So more Melialonko, actually, people Melialonko, they actually, I mean, they are so much compromised. And the people Melialonko, they will come up with their own opinions. That's fine. Momo rise up like Mira Nyame. But it's in Anang, Eka Fonteko, Eva Capo Menkono, Capo Nyunkono, Ita Mumendi, Ulmanya Keleje Fenti. And you still want me to remain quiet. Nina da phone, ya after bantam for. It's not a problem. But the moment you mention my name, you want me to remain silent, and you mentioned my name.
Bio, eka mwela.
You mentioned my name. You want me to remain silent.
Songo.
Come on, family. Let's call a spade a spade. Wonderful, you welcome.
Eka mwela.
Wonderful, you welcome.
Yes, ndebe mweka na mala fo ndebe mweka na ba, you know. Nka wala fo confirm la.
Wonderful.
Yes, ndeke mwela very well. Ndebe mweka na, I can hear you. Ndeke mwela loud and clear, so mala fo ndeke mwela.
Wonderful.
I hear you.
Wonderful.
I hear you. Ndeke mwela very loud and clear. And audience, I don't know if the audience can hear me, but it's okay.
Actually, I don't know what's happening. Mantra I don't know what's happening.
Very loud and clear.
Anti Tukulor, I tried to pick you, but Emasika. Amanda, maybe you can send a request. So guys, are you guys here in Wandipa?
You look, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit awkward. Let me come back.
And Tukulor, you can send request.
Let me come back. About awkward like demanding. It come become my audience come.
Wandipa, you can speak. But people are hearing actually. But if people are hearing,
yeah, that's gonna be a little bit awkward. I will be back. Let me refresh. Let me come back.
So moment, look. I mean, Mandinga Yakuo, Surwa Yakuo, Fula Yakuo. Why is not the reason here? Moment Yanakofo. But should we talk about, when we are comparing people or when we are selecting a leader, should we select a leader based on tribe? Should we allow that to come into our discussions? To select a leader, yeah, you select others over others because of tribe? Should we do that? Come on. Yeah, Andy Tukulor. Andy Tukulor.
Mbijandire mbe inteke moyle de.
Hello, Andy Tukulor.
Ke moyle de.
Oh.
But
okay, but I don't know.
But I
don't know. Actually. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, saya kan mulai kodi.
Oliver.
Yeah, engke mulai kan mulai.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, anda fana betu kulor mulai kan.
Okay. Anyway, and I don't know, so you know, it's like I'm actually not hearing you guys.
Yo, ntol tuje ngadiamo. So mini be duma la fason ko ko kamwele ay ntol bula ngadiamo ngata. A fason ko ntol ay ntol bula altol min be duma la fason ko altol kamwele because biri wandi fa be diamo nte ka wandi fa moyle no.
Yeah.
Nte lafta nte nata men na jang. Wala mo ko binni to rata bake kunu momento man dum social media.
I know because media. Somebody not cold soul man so that was
so sa minu be do mala for son ko ayede entolieti amuntolieji sa ja sa continue but we want people to hear our messages so minu be do mal safero ka ali for son ko
okay memo kana say
yo alhamdulillah
Yo bayo fana ikan da fana mulai saya nga
asayan kal mulai say thank you so much
yo alhamdulillah
how you good
alhamdulillah
thank you
so yalong ikanyin gambia je tolbe ikonyadi kulum barla kulala de
miracle tonya
tolbe be lori ne pour adama baroita
thank you
andung alla new live minna balatin adama barola mol nata dun najele inata je munela they are going to screenshot what you're saying yeta ya samba
yes
alilla moy bagade
bela moy ka
niaje UDP election or lose mol ba foko ko sunaro le keta nyinenji nganto na fo nyoy alilla moy baki
thank you
there are munafiqol bil wala bijeno ka foko UDP altol la pete al mu wonen nalet altol ka be ben son kollet altol tribalist molle malti blah 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 what they did what sap katama gambia le sign than anything else alta min keten on social media ika wala kundung ika kimole ka foko imaj itol ka molle non drong surwali yen sose yon all of you yen lan jesa ga gis nga ñi yefi sose rek yeta passé ya fofulo leko ni usen badabo ke president abal be send la futale I know this for a fact wo be mine asabu UDP militants kamenke on social media wole WhatsApp sonko ni aje te fongo mbela live ko no mbe sonkala it's because ite pirin kelobe ke ka mo ma ko ite kelo membe kere bijele no ntole bata min ke aja mela keloto ko bin nata jang adama baro nata jam fa yakin ko adama baro fana yeta nin tol sita ngal tol jalbe nyin ngiro ngaro la kan to kumbondele
you're right thank you
Tim Talib Tim Yankuba Tim Rohilo altol bele altol le aldam malle al nyin factional samba la pati kono Usenu Dabo mal janjandi
that's quite true
Usenu Dabo ay memuta fati mi yalon ko ninnu mukunda Dabo muteroti no alaji MC Cham wala mun tolla sikunda bi atale mun tolla alfat fulati molam apote URR
thank you
so when you guys kafoko na party leader buka traveling zimke bara tolbe wolela
okay
party leader albula minna albula noma
okay
yaje tolbe wulita during the 2021 election
but sorry what do you mean I think you mistake I want this point to be clear I want this to be clear e control be tribalism e ko you are the
ma fo etede I'm talking to all of you yalo nte kanditale la modron yalo ndo bije mosina nta hanyite telale wala nintara mo
no I understand you I understand you very well I just want this point to be very clear you know one thing I mean I respect you
all of you
I need to close when I saw you live and then I from the beginning I want to take your request because I know how you are you are a unifier in reality they follow so many platforms also and I follow you as a mentor in reality but Nina yes
yalo ni mo mala kumo bang ita nata ya kuntu ita no kata dame
okay thank you
katunta ni be dia mo labi
okay
nta ba mo mandin ko from komba gunjo
okay
mfa mam float from Basse
okay
mama mi yamba wulu She grew up in Gunji Surwalam. So, Bari, Ninta Diamta, Mojamal Fangu, Ikafanyako, Itadung, you know, you can speak Mandinka more than Walla. Because I grew up in Birkama.
Okay.
Nimpa Moduboja me Alkajiting, I think one day sit at Olambal, Badoma.
Okay.
So, Bari Bukajan Tolka tribalism because Nte Kilimo is Fenkasabalema, but in Mandika Kampang. But anytime tribalism come, I get pissed off. Ntalafta minete sonko Gambia ni ajen hanti telen sila telen nyimfen kodombula mbeda amento ka continue.
Thank you.
Mbula mbeda amento ka continue.
Thank you.
Ntol be gul telen tata nga muta UDP What ka fontelo konta mo UDP nkolle. That's what they tell me.
Thank you.
But you know why I'm connected to the political elders? Ita jelente nga usenu da bonne. Ita jelente nga Halifa Salane. Hani Uncle Oje birani ya Adama Barotat. Hani bima wolingane even though I was disappointed because part there lamno. Bari days nyinke balu dukare alake ale ibatata gambiele ikeleta gambiele dukare alakana nyinke bal batandi Mr. Dabo every single day nyinke nunga right now he should focus on his grandchildren barato la nyinke lo ngaw albe kum sonkala nindoli safero ko biti safu ko tolom professor fi pour they can get the hits and the likes and the sharing. That is nonsense. We need to stop this now. Alto nyanda focus la menna wala alieta alia mol bondi Adama Barrow alia lalka so that Adama Barrow kana election kato Gambia no batata Gambia no torata ntole kelo bimbeke solo sanden afata minela electoral reform. Those laws have not been changed because Adama Barrow, the current laws favor him. I told Mantara wo kelekam pour que Adama Barrow bondije pour ko liye falling al sita al bafalo ko taliye be binke Yankuba o nimparera okamba Yankuba ngakampa ke wala bi because Yankuba is my brother from the struggle. Yankuba menkente struggle okono ni mor kantene ay kelo min kenya altol be malo nimparera ja ngata tele nga audio kiyaina. The reason why I'm told me along control we are activists Mantara Lato. This is why it's important for us to be neutral. Ninto nyanata the masa to nya fanyo bininta na numbe mbe talib la kample ndi amtre safoka ka talib le fasa nimbe usoni la kambi safoka ko but mbuka mo fasa. But there's one thing I'm going to tell you. I respect Mr. Dabo very much. Mr. Dabo e ba nendiro mi moy nyi Gambia kono jam alkaje la digol ko wala ka fempo fendala ko ngojate be alkaje le wor ka ko may ka fempo. No, you don't. Mr. Dabo altol ka bula wala noma woto alafta minnal bula wo noma yaje wato minna ay tembo baji dunga nyim fa fo fatu baji lamba or something like that. Bira or higher foreign ministry molia Mr. Dabo ni na fo ka bane bari yana Mr. Dabo mineke ay WhatsApp audio lo bondi akonyi molia mbani mfaneng imalon konte bani mfanga wol horomale bari mingo mi yewulo bambu ise ngaw ale o moyle Mr. Dabo ko mingo mi yewulo bambu ise ngaw surwal ka fole ko kubot haj buki bola. So Mr. Dabo ko buka kelo minke abuka fitino minke atro muna nalbe siring albo kelo albo fitinola simply because alda mali balla different three camp rohila camp nte wodente tukulornte nte ka rohi support men is one thing I will tell you guys. Biringaje ko Adama Barrow rafela be tama ka nyame Gambia abe gamme musol mako kambiyon bajjo Adama ko fayro hibondi jando ngalo ko ne rohi kata feleta. The other thing is nde lafta musol ya tara politique lota ngante sit pour rohi yewen alhamdulillah winta. So Alton Fana Nalia Keku, and you heard what I'm saying. Nalia Keku alia focus because adiata moya ko ya tola patile patiti Alton ni NPP la adiata alia coalition with the smaller parties ntol be final ko to ngal ma koy adi Adama Barrow buti katu ntol activism ntol man partition. So we will rally behind any coalition. Me along ko wolo tele pour ka Adama Barrow bondi je will rally behind you. But in kakela no nal balla ni kunta ya altol bija de ngam ko kalto da male be tam Gambia albe ngam ko india mo ni non sen so le batinale election obi nin batinale for you to we need to lose elections again. When are you going to learn? I mean fonyo son community amad la mine ni woni pa pareta nin tan ko fa because ya ke mo dole bija ni alon ko altol ke mira nyame wol bu ke mira wo nyame al kana so mo ke na ko talka Anut wule alial te city, alial mol recruit yana la patito. Instead of alial tarajang albenyo kadef kajefe. You know sadra minke, fente minke. That's all nonsense. We don't give a rat's ass about that. Alsa continue nak. Ndisele bota. Kating tol muke baleti muka tata ning Gambia kelo like. We want this to end. We want somebody to come beside Anama Bormiano kabe Gambia Falina. I Gambia miano ko tole wala kele. Gambia miatina kanyiba kanyinyol fata. Gambia miatina ayatina solo tande nyol fata. That's the Gambia we want. But we don't want the Gambia you guys are presenting to us. Tribe does not build Gambia. Yaya Jammeh kidol le babulu, but guess what? The activists, ntol be what? Yaya Jammeh tolo UDP TJ, activists on TJ, Joy TJ. We were all Gambians. We united as one and removed Yaya Jammeh. Let's unite as one and remove Adama Barrow peacefully. Abaraka, Sonko.
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah,
sorry
yeah.
if I came across
No,
very,
no, no, no,
very.
no, 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 no.
I just needed to say this.
No. Jani Bidala, I mean, I just have this to say. Name my bakele, and actually, Iladiamu is very important, and I really appreciate it. Just only one or two things I would like you to make those things clear, because I know you've been someone may along, you are outspoken, and like I mean, you are always fearless in speaking the truth. So I just want to ask you this: what you go? Nying kome ya lonko abekeka, because iko Usenu Dabo. Because I want to that point need to be very clear. Usenu is not a tribalist. Usenu I mean bamu famu manding quality. But be a farmer me along a fire carpa member fulolity, and you all know that Usenu in reality. No, sir. In reality, Usenu is not tribalist, but don't let tribalism play. And I just want to understand.
What bulaje wrong? Bira ala topico conclude damn, that tells you everything. You know, ako na kong kandidale and dia mo mandia, ya understand. So ngo bula inta dumalale. Bari mbede dar be holdo, ya understand.
Wonderful, and I mean for a monkey casity. And I'm telling you, because ya don't take Nathan di son koleleko. Kumodu ni moya kongo jeje, so maybe they will question it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wonderful, just let me finish. He asked a very genuine question.
No, you know why it's not about because I mean, and to come in ba me the wulu, fulo and the wulu, jalo jori and the wulu, the ba me wulu, right? So okay, so anum nte alo no kunte silbo sonko nte maga tribalist, anum muka tribalism muka tribalism. So come ning at some point diamo kono come like diamo in that so left because alo mo lebe la moka. And I don't want Melbourne la moka. Coming when you come at some point.
Yalo wala tinanko yoko. No, I
was not following the comment. No, I was not following the comment.
Okay, because yalo ngamen foe. Adabadi ngodobi je nima keku. Momi yalon ko they have good intentions for you. Binale apoe ko ima keku. It be whether you know this or not, you do have a big voice. I want you and the word big voice. So it is struggle water when it me and the Michael.
Ali.
Ndeka bebe sonko ni kelola nobody. Nsetelanga mirango. Okay, when you have people that look up to you, then you need to comport yourself.
Okay.
So wala na niente korosi nindia mesongon tabukanda ke jen katara sirine nin ko bi birin dum danga nin ko jen kijo yam fara nada ngaje ko kebe live ko alhamdulillah mbedum na nyina live photo ngam message o ki Gambia do limini alon ko de anti baro andum yes I am anti baro 150%.
Yeah.
So niajen koyo ko ntebe diamola I told every single one of you mbaldela.
Thank you.
Usenu dabo batata gambele nyinke ba batata gambele atol ka torale because Albe is not what he wants.
Okay.
Allah party leader. There are a lot of people ngaje ka ko numukunda usenu numukunda dabo usenu what you guys do actually you are making his life harder because nyimparingo anyantela na mama ringol tenda dingolu fenke dingola tondi Nothing. And he will be space time lebe kachale be jele la. That's what he's doing. But in your weekend on email or in parango, I've been sitting about people how to address what you guys are doing.
Okay.
Albala if I didn't by. But not only albala if I didn't by, but in more the do manili along ko alka min befo. The yellow messaging can be very dangerous. They'll take a clip of something. Me along ko maybe take a min for mama, but if a clip of me sambala, wala ka tortura. Wala lang ko e ngonya ni live bola.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's a better condemn and dole betala I fen kuntu drum. Whoever hears it, ayaje, inyana and bafolo ko hey, nimu tribalism. So I
Okay.
just want you guys to comport yourselves. I told you leaders let aside. Muna, Mr. Dabangel be retired. I told Lebala Nimpatin Continella.
Inshallah.
This party is not about Talib Bensura.
Inshallah.
Allah party is not about Lawyer Dabo. Allah party is not about Rohilo. It is not about Yankuba Dabo. The
Inshallah.
values and principles are lot of menkang. Gambia so that we can get the Gambia we want. That's what your manifesto said. But
Inshallah.
it's saying I told Kaminketin, that is not what your manifesto said. So I was just very hot.
No, thank you.
But
No, I really appreciate your advices, and I am so glad to see you. You know, in our young to address everyone. I mean, you are our mother, and like I say, I look up to you as a mother, and I look up to you as a mentor, because everybody knows to glory in the struggle. So, and you've been in the struggle up to now. The struggle, basically, our unity is your concern, and that's what I believe. And anybody who feels like, I really welcome that. So I thank you so much for yes, thank you so much. We appreciate. Thank you.
so Nintara Ninin Bonifa Pareta is saying Tonko Soroyeta Yama.
No problem. It's all right. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Abaraka.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Ondos.
Yo, bayo ni bara. Me kondo na be listener be kondo.
Thank you.
Kuma tadi yen, let's just go for. Kuma ida na to comment. Ngani yo kendo wala be mola. Ni ngani kendo ten dola nung wala tinyaro umanjare ka finti. Tinyaro
Yeah.
umanjare live kala. Tinyaro umanjare kukira jaf. Ko tinyaro atel career da.
Yeah.
Tinyaro very easy. Ko sanyi keme yemen doku kelo ka tinyaro killing. So din tinyaro da mala tinyaro. So I hope people
Yeah.
are on. They just keep on listening because we just want to continue to put because some bio
Yeah.
question mute no bang ela noise ning wala malo for noise ka okay yes good maningol kamen for wrong suti kuma balo kamen jaman ka kairadi so once in a while if you are leading you need to speak so o manke nyindi ka fo man go divisive statement so all in all lafta moli fen clean understand nying debate nying diamo be wulendi bira commencé tan tel ngam fo wala nyindi ko amang healthy so bari nak mol me yalon wolle be yamaro labbi I think inyanta wodblar jibela la anu ma fo kamur ko maka fo man fen fo we are not going backwards before let them come forward and make sure that make sure nyindi amo stop because this is an active manke commentam that we are addressing there is still potential for something to happen. So left all the molio understand ko many alonko ye council and mol me alonko ye voice they come together still now it is not late they can still intervene and better heads to prevail because the conversation is not healthy. This flag bearer is anin Cairo mana UDP bira another wrong anin diamolenata and then I finally create within the party me alonko winning different ko nyiman kilimfa cover camp a land of no return like create for some people, in my opinion. And I have said this, some people have gotten into a land of no return. So, and the parties should not watch their militants get into this territory. And what is this land of no return? Well, if you are supporting, let's say, just I want to be, I'm sincere about what I'm saying. Let me just say Yankuba. If you support Yankuba, itila kobe Yankuba support until atarafuta to an extent ika dabo fango doya Yankuba nata rafafuta to de yalon ko dabo fana ayalon because ni social media mbebe janne dabo fana ayalon say UDP executive yalon ko ite o kay mom ite Yankuba ko rete bolta be jarele la fang ye dabo ye fem fo dabo mo yalon ko is undesirable just na secondly
Mutin. Whatever. I want to mute. I don't know what's happening.
Sorry. Na call mute nada. Left a moment lamoy. Ye many along ko ye voice or a kadiam no mole kalamoy. Iseni lonko nying is a reality in UDP. Intemu multi alongo. Nka dundula adu dolphons are from Dabe in Diamodol. But I'm saying this essentially, nganying cross la and it's a reality. Molbi jel many alongo they have gotten into this land of no return. Me alongo ni tata je buka muruno because ya akatar ye kumol for Daboma. So it will come menje Dabo in a UDP leadership. It will man future so and therefore they are not going to oversee it. So no marina take mote me alongo aka yankubale support abetlo odam malto. Naka rohile support o taliblam abetlo odam malto. Naka atondi bio sonkole support abetlo odam malto. This is something that is very very important. Mol nyanta ya hakil tuje. UDP kebal nyanta nyindula address lale. Wala nangto ko ye party flag bearer isuning kafo komanko is not a healthy conversation ngabula aside follow. Maybe nibe a bold step tale safu mole dronko nyil wati karle mbakela. Yeah, understand? Constitutional water let them just come out and tell us this is what we are going to do. But nyama, people will continue to get into this land of no return and it will not help. Ibesiya kan sign den sambulo continue dola. But nga kukili long wala ngalon ko loya da be yamfule be manole killing and be accommodate no killing anu ngalon ko he can assure them. He can asake no fa mol kikang ayitandila ko nganyim ko bang bari natala nyinketa kulete melanko. We cannot go back. We have to be forward looking. Ko ketala ketale. Yeah, understand? But ni UDP leadership sita menu kat na kay kumol fa jani mol dunta nyole be diamula ye but fo mol me yalon ko wala kata into this land of no return isiata UDP kono UDP la fragment o be sialal alka ikamodo to fa jani tata la timeline of te buka je baro criticism buka taraji talib agenda promote abe sometimes abe posting kala o afmeta commento abe yankuba ning ala council tala be castigate la yala wosifa no be kere woman healthy hanar non ko nte wandi fanka wala ke lesse nte fanaka to talib le no manala council mol o fana man healthy. So we have to be genuine and sincere in our approach ko lafta kairola anu ninko lafta kairola ni land of no return men ka create within UDP abe expand kan anu na expanda the extremists abe on one side le it's only going to be one thing wala ni ko it has to be omari or extremists or ka fo yemen tombo e bol tomona wala the noise will always be negative UDP manyana sona nyina inyanta ñu stop la at the core of it adu unfortunately bayote along ntengalong amanjere kachaye futa wobeto bar molu menu yalong ko itata foila ko jareta pour que address duma la kafutema yala wolati nal ka jenka diamo do bije alta understand bar dol bije manke man diamo yede you can sit here yellow ada blame all you want nde wandi fa am witness ko ye mol ki mol kanne ye mol de sotle ye diamondi robe ko la de fel to listen ngamira Yunus Haidara kuno mboda men fola na video alo diamu do men aya wulende last time akera nyaadi abot atara Spain meeting dulaldo ye hormone bunya be diala abota je afona ta ye apologize akay menka ma kegu o be kola anata nan afintita na nara kuma do fo me yalongo abe loya daba do yakan so say ni land of low return anyanda stop la to nyala bar diamo nyanda kala do yede still now because no one thing rhetoric nyin kata nyameng among healthy for the party adun mo jamala nyanta mo do je nyanta la ego talale ya siaka maybe including the phone ko conversation ni man healthy nyindi amo men be mba kono atela nati why not ngadi amo tuje ni ko ay tuje e dol ko amanya na tulaje yaje nyim fam nyina mu the base of the contention among healthy a healthy dale nte bakala yake yetabula in this land of no return ni futata je ye criticism ke nganyul men foden ngam concrete evidence le soto ko molel bije min yalon ko wolé dabo fon castigate le ye bangala fereng ya itandi koy mal la fala fereng so atara fa futa do level adu any reasonable person yemin yalon ko ye Yunus Haidara la ko mo fay ike nyin kala ka mun nyin la patio kono yalon patio fana man kewti de bayo patio ka lole pour ka mol natina bara man ke patio bu ka mo busade Yunus janna join akama left patio la a jointa anata ako manna unity la nga kunu nga video kana video do momo left ala yanku mane bari nga ka public la Yunus ka fada ka manna UDP unity la momo yanku mane mba video kilele a joining banno ko la ako he is not in UDP for unity akate he is not a conformist he is not going to conform anata party ro ako I am not going to conform so party need problem of anabe jibe adama wajabi bakede mo dandan them and that needs to be addressed Saya mune batina Yunus be sila ako ate dabo bunyala ako ate party nomsol bunyala abuka fo dama aka safe anu ngaja aka tarabula burari wadro ne noma yala o mu quality wo nyanta address dal so kunu meye dimba wulindi wala nana mala foko mandinka kilim mandinka kuo so ndebe mem fola wala nyini ko let's move away from that but it is very very easy prime is construe tribe kuo ya famle hani maje maybe diam la famo misspoke ta jang aya do man nim fa ka kele ate bo le nyama wala nan te ko la mo lay jam faji wala example o mendi atama ser do menda kita esa falbul har man man timma and I'm not here to criticize anybody lafta nyum fola drum pour mo be salon ko aka keno even the best among us aka kembulle esa fal e criticism do le receive no me yalon ko yata famo esa fal na la patio yo wala criticize ye tribal sentiment sol fay kan and rhetorics esa fal birabe kering aya mirano UDP leti bari interview na raso me yalon ko atara wut mon defana man sawarde mbaka posting la bar mol yajal bare interview leki esa fala interview kata viral ako aya mirano UDP te barana ta dum atara kita NPP leti so tribalism do fana men UDP bala laftal ya understand ko perception la wodi wo manke reality ti mol la perception la wodi wo manke reality ti adu wo mol fanal bi janne sako social media na rake wat bulati damente yalonko hani wandi fa me yalonko abuka hani ka mo nya ko no jiba si ala laran kay audio bula fonyo kono ay dunia be ay pare ka dunia be mala so wo mol men yalonko ikaw ke mabo keyboard ko me ke mabo microphone ko me ka dimba mala wolle nata yin tag la ndolkan so wala nante tribalism diamo nyi mbafula ko let's just move away from it and go forward but we cannot go forward when UDP continue to create and accommodate people many yalonko wollel be nyin land of no return wolte tarno la dabo kuto feren bari to yalonko ye fennel fo dabo ma ye la fi bali yala itandi dabo la ni dissatisfaction so to liaji ko dabo nente keno la fente UDP atre to fana lena kumaji because jama bi je politiko ko ne ngolela so this is common sense. Party leadership should seriously consider this. Anu nimmo tara fafu tata extreme and ko Yunus tara dami bari Yunus ko ate mola mola ako he's a non-conformist ako any rules and principles adaman kewodi ako amang tabula la cult kono amanke colti mobe nyanda free la yetafo ni ngata don kon ko nyina mun na dimba mala rangote na patio kono nena man dimba men na patio kono ngawji je because of this ning ate kate conform la patio manyen na wajila ko mo bayran wala wote they should be very comfortable to come out ka bondi patio kono ka itanda la control man sulela na patio kono. It would be very easy. ABC. It at anywhere. Patio hanarungo adialong patio benyamek. Ndema fo malafi UDP 2026 yelode. But patio manke nyinde dronko anyenda ala nafa be tata nada. Anyenda state house lesutla. Patio nafa manke wote. Patio mu institutional di. Inyenta lola ay principle sol soto. Ilafta kudo e tama masakunda ko ne kada ti kabiri fon leya. So discipline bolo kono aninka mol reward. Wol bebe jel. Nimmo le ku kendolke aliye reward. Nimmo dole ku jawge aliye punish. Baralbe Yunus bulala tenne Yunus will out of all of us, including the one difa. Say, for party nyadon kol nyanda sila ba yen jibe ba. Ibe Yunus bulala, Yunus kan na mol marasa aka problem onati. Ni Yunus ya wake, na ko aka wandifa letinya, wala pro wandifa se chance bula ala candidate ye, o atangani o momoy. Askeno atebo women ke kan bara ate moli ate joko tinyar lalam, dimba malalalam. Sa se kutinya o mariye, même fana be wo mari noma ni wo mari tije menya na tariya se kutinya fana wor sa Yunus be patiyo ni netinya kan so wala nande ko UDP nyanda wullale kana je ko dabo la nyin accommodation dabo nyanda ku kilam understand na be punishment kono bi wala ala betiati anala sono ya adunde wala tina yankubala statement tenga endorse la 110% ko nyin meta deirine molme yalon ko e kanyi manya sifaka meta deiri la kolal UDP buka action ta against anybody adum atetano la tengo nyama patio nyanda kukelal bari nga kukelelo nak ya maro e kawkel bari ndefa ngo sen ya ngalon ko lo ada boy molukan pour ye diamu e dumala ko la fa nyimbula be ko kilinati jan men manke media kunoti so that means aka move reach out nole ka fu moluko al tempo bari ni mari man tengo sila be kala amanta no woro so wala nan ko he's a victim of ala betea anala sonoya so yankubala finto nan ka fo komen ko alinyi men sako nana makewa ba manke tinti ala finto nan ka condemn ndema wo condemn ndema wo nyinyande la because nyin kamen fo carrot and stick amanna tinyar la nyin do nyin meta do la ji do ma wok maybe nyanta nyin do fana trial sai because Yunus pabi ya horoma ya punya birana Angleterre aya tofo ya acknowledge ay microphone diala birana Spain ya punya ya horoma audio model ya acknowledge microphone diala si nya fula Yunus ay dara yala man sanji saba make UDP within a very short period of time yenyim be kay UDP la ika consult hanata nun ko na police da da fa mo fa be kala defa on na di be do ja ko le nyum fo nyama kenye ko akonya ko yenko police fenko dole am contribute tajela crip kara. So that means han dumale ka consult intellectually prior contribute sa you slapta UDP amuna kai kotek. So UDP baring koroge fanana bula left men follow wala ñu ko in summary in patio manyana establish kama ko ngabula dron ko men ko no man's lalem ya onasane nomadic animal malbe taka wonya no there should be reward just like comment there should be punishment amanya na taro ni abula wonyama sama ni yurus ndem fonka jam tanje sa fo wonta ko make ko so no ni sama kuma do fa mbe kapala danga kuma do fa ko woni fa wotinyata and abenyim bondi la mo jamala ko he is going to bring the worst out of many of us but yo manya na sonna nyinela na fata nyinela ala baraka ba ko to ke fana so
much. Thank you so much, Wonderful. Abaraka. Yeah, brother Ika, inumbara. Welcome.
Abaraka bake, Sifo Sonko Gambia, Kontom bake, Ngawandifa Kontong Gambia dingol Kontong. I've been behind the scenes so many times, and I believe Mo Jamal will reach out to me, and including journalists that you be coming I'm missing on the social media. Tubabudu Hajole Bejam. And more you go through turbulence and hard times, but we hope it is nothing out of the ordinary coming hajol siata bulumuto keta. Bari Albert discussion o min kekang ajari talenga o conversation also. I really concur vehemently. We need to have this conversation, real conversation. Jama ante fonka safero kele wato dolo people would see me coming online either on Kasa TV or ten Kamaraba official to shape my mind on the discourse regarding Gambia Latanya to Nyimbenyame. But oftentimes when we talk about Dolfango Madam Mamfango Lapati, let us begin with that because Bao saying cool Yulbe Walleto. As far as that is concerned, Mobuka Tambi bara jaukela minka bara kendo ke wala ka jaumake sama ando niya jaumake molu ba lon na kominko kunu ye betema jama bala fanam fonke with the issue of nying flag biarasip kanafo nana maketa la post nying here and there. I have great respect for this guy Nana Maketa, but I am the individual min follow fanga attack nkaya ko ye min fo aron tole awato nyimmansi because mo jamal lalke ya kela Tonya ni ku fo nyin Nana Maketa ku jamal lal familia lon koy beteata ay ku kende jamal level bar bi fana nana ta ku fo o molu murtana ko ay ko bi yenyi min fo o man betea ngamera as Gambians as Africans nyanta lon na call we should not grow beyond apology nyinga ano African wala ka wal akamol batande wala ja the back and forth is not healthy amantara patio makoy kan andunga mantara a certain tribe fana makoy kan banko nyinkang ando wandify da dula min for wala nyenteko the leadership of the United Democratic Party nyantaka wulle kanyinku sifal address. Yes, most importantly because ntaga safele mfanga ya safele ko the one formidable candidate be along kon sulatala ntenga jube komen ko tonya na flag leadership senko nying inko William Shake atondenga yala ya folako insanity, nyamati ya mumunity. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over, and you expect a different result. So UDP as a party, mfanal nyanta graduate from the same old, kabrin 1965 for time. Be diningol lelbeja. Tonya, keba kumata society konalabari. Dindingol fananing expertise in skill set jamal nata meli along konyen flag biarasip nyenenta da mamo. I really agree with attending what's the name Wandifa Memfo. Wala nyente ko this flag biarasip ko nyin sanying UDP nyanta formula le landila nyin palaso nyin naka jube ko ngo molka primary kenyaming in ila running mates will fangod be na you also select wo it will be healthy so that to put a stop to mol milba falako jamala may la flag be nko UDP party to be a lonko a warata bakele ala waro nyimmo kende jamal lelbeje if I come for more willy killing milia lonko they are potential candidate but dollar difference over Lila on the fact that Konko we want anybody but Adama Barrow na Bangkoka but not only anybody fanam UDP fananyanta kakaranne na karamo minke ya jamneto nga karamo minke Adama Barrow to man la fi o mistake o nyena soto ko denke to select anybody because
very key point
yeah because woka wol nyanta kala nya wala dala wala kendiko hada madingon ka karan tariko lela tariko nyin kan karan dimin na wala nyinti ko kunu ye mistake ko ke damin to be enyanta evolve la out of your shell you learn from that you open a new page kana o mistake ko nyin repeat ko tangen ni woten nko the trend kata nyaming okay ba on tolbe mu UDP that is the party me along control be subscribe tala bari nimman hakilo to tenten ka 2026 ming ngaba War 2026, it would be a lost cause in the sense that more be la feta fankela sula kumpangolet. Nko entolbe diamundi nyimpati yokono. Because nte I say anything as far as the truth is concerned. Nte ka fole nka faraba nyantanne. Nte bota komba fa babantan. But nka faraba nyantale ke tonya nte buka o sika. Iko nka tonya minfo a tonya nying is so obvious njeleta akula baba bake. But at the end of the day, found out a telephone ni usin dabo diamutanka kon kama maslaha soto de maslaha soto in the sense that tonya be daming wala munyenti ko ni mo corruption o monete wala mtilimbalia ni wo tilimbalia keta ngi mari lo monele yeta mansanyato mansaye soronga e kuluro leyakan bari ninta funtitan ko molu kanyin corruption olo abuse of office anen ku jawol mimbe selective justice member na Bangkoka puri kana wo sifa nyenke ko de ni gon teka inte director bakale maybe wobe mollel bondilan ko nko ni wobe molu bondila UDP support wala wato man molu man la fisiratal mustaqi masiro ando in the Gambia 97 to 98 point something percent wolko e beke yaka alhamdulillah Allahu akbar dino la wala mtilimo anen siratal mustaqi but at the end of the day Limbe kerim patio nyinka niye na maketa minfaron tale. He is wrong. Andum na kebale matin kai kongo. Ye man sakunda jamal whole accountable in this country ka jube ebe tilimbali al minke kai be kuma jawo when they misspoke. When they misspoke, you come and here for a coming called wisdom teje anum charisma fana mantara ko nyinkona bi. Eta mo kilo ni nata you misspoke for some other reason. Pa o molbe pati yokono. UDP is a diverse party. Momo can knocking the Mandinko party like Etemari, you are insincere, you are disingenuous, and you are very dishonest. Uomo kulete miala lota. But moving forward, Nyantaka means sort of what I'm yenteko, mfangolo yake Democrat ultiba. Mo jama benyentu adu Bangkoka iko ifaye ko ha Democrats o lemunte nyemuntelte nka mol tolerate le, but they are very intolerant. Because ni nata ni a mistake or can ni ko ye diamo ye na apology can no, they ended up back and forth here and there, and that is not healthy. Woman ke personal growth mominity kabiribe Gambia Bangkoka ye karamboga kabirin grade 1 primary 1 kata for primary 6 ye common entrance ke na 4 fast forward B even America jam Bangkoka, alhamdulillah you are serving in the most respectable army of the world. Everything bela so Mari, you are not only a nobody, you are somebody because you can kumala for more jamalake ya kela. And near kumakan do for more nata the pico, eta more manding quality, and you yourself you are branding the same UDP party ka for womu mandinka party or is constituting as a cult modo lafita kake mandinka party. Yalon that does not pass the test of truth. Wobanke tonyati because aba kendela ko party ke balu ila doku kendol min ya beke nyim party yokono wo doku wala be kole yala ye min be doku sanji mwanen feng amonta ko one statement ye fonte doro wo doku kendo nyim be tinya nyanta kan hakilo tuola More make a mistake, okay, including myself. But Yankuba Dabo and Mimford Montana Fango. You see, Nina Montana different sort with people. At the end of the day, Bialambe America Jan, Mr. Trump Wulita, immigrants will buy the million along a crime market. And don't nana market and baby in Banco Tanja. But the sitting governor of Los Angeles, Wofuntitalaya Tandiko. Mr. Trump a violation because a manyanka National Guard ke deploy it out. Every state in America here they function tamandirinya lel soto. And what tamandirinya near the moli and imbanko respect tamandirinya lebeje because institutional lelbeja mili along ko ikatama they are working. So new woman sitting governor woe dia mo fo ako Mr. Trump I nyiminke a rontale so equally Mr. Yankuba Dabo I mean for kasitije nko ni mu mandinkote sove ya tandile ko mandinkolle siata Gambia Bangkoka but more the sirin Gambia Bangkoka million lonko day in day out they want to vilify ka mandinkol doya ke caricature ka kuma ba for intolngalo na ko hello.
Okay. Now Mole call. It sounds like somebody calls you.
No, moment call.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Mandinko, they constitute a very good chunk of the population according to national census na Bangkoka. But now the Larry Wonyama, Manyanka Geto, Molu Nila Kitaka Palato Soto, Mandinko use to get them to office. But ni nata office okone kana si ka omandika killing all del doy. Anko yin tribe issue, tribe movement me along is very dynamic and very unique. More, this shows the beauty of us. Tajube ko etemu jolaleti, etemu sarahulelti, etemu fuloleti. Ning mandinko sulata ngaken one of my program let. Kata ni mon la ko nka nonol soto jamal lebol ngamera fulolem. Because of